your documents and the rest is done by us. Number 2. So StudyCo assists in finding the right accommodation options, and we generally recommend that the student stays on campus for the first year of their degree. Health cover, we have a great provider in Allianz, and the processes are done entirely through us. In terms of the on-the-ground support, StudyCo's headquarters are located in Australia, with countless onshore services available to students at all times. Students or parents can get in touch with any StudyCo staff across our offices in over 20 countries, and we will help you out. We can even take care of your travel needs. So we provide a truly comprehensive service. And don't forget, it's free. Question number 3. So we know that permanent residency and migration is always on everyone's minds, especially when it comes to studying in Australia. At StudyCo, we have great migration agents that can personally help guide you through the entire process, including any questions you have. We are all about making things just that much easier for students, parents, and teachers. And the final question, why Australia? So at StudyCo, we send students to study across the entire world. There isn't a single country we haven't tapped into yet. So you can come to us with any destination you have in mind. We do specialize in Australia, and as you all know, Australian institutions are ranked amongst the top in the world, and so is our standard of living. These universities also offer great part scholarships, grants, and are ranked very highly for graduate employability. So I think that definitely solves a lot of the concerns that all the parents out there would have. If you have any other questions, our office in Coram is open for business, and you can come meet us and any of our StudyCo staff at any time. Hope to see you there.
Hi, my name is Joshua Jimmy, and I'm the head boy of Indian School Muscat. I'm obliged to appreciate and congratulate Honorable Minister Dr. Ramesh Pokhriyal for winning an exceptional literary award, the Vatayan International Award 2020, and thank you for accepting our invitation to grace this inaugural ceremony.
Namaste. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Great. Namaste from India. Thank you for inviting me.
Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Nelson Mandela. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Adya Nagar of class 11F from Indian School Muscat, your host this evening. It's my privilege and pleasure on behalf of Indian School Muscat to welcome you all to this beautiful evening. Ladies and gentlemen, you're requested to fill in the feedback form which will be posted in the description box towards the close of this session. The much awaited Avenir 2020 is here. Indian School Muscat, under the aegis of the Board of Directors, Indian Schools, in the Sultanate of Oman, is privileged to host this mega event to enkindle the minds of students in diversified fields. A comprehensive project designed and aimed at effectively guiding students and parents to chart out the future course of action after school education. Making a right career decision at the right time makes a lot of difference. At the outset, on behalf of the Board of Directors, Indian Schools in the Sultanate of Oman, Indian School Muscat, and the entire Indian fraternity, we would like to express our heartfelt gratitude and pay respect to His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tari for his magnanimous benevolence showered on the Indian community. May the Almighty bless His Majesty and the nation with peace and prosperity. I deem it my privilege and pleasure to extend a hearty welcome to Honorable Chairman, Board of Directors, Indian Schools in the Sultanate of Oman, Dr. Baby Sam Samuel, and honorable members on the board. Mr. Ajay Kumar J. Pillai, President, Indian School Musket Management Committee, esteemed members of Indian School Musket Management Committee, our honorable principal, Dr. Rajiv Kumar Chauhan, presidents and esteemed members of all Indian School Management Committees in the Sultanate of Oman, honorable principals, vice principals, assistant vice principals, supervisors, coordinators, heads of departments, teachers, parents, and students. Your presence and support are truly heartening. Welcome, sirs and ma'ams. Once again, a warm welcome to one and all to this evening's prestigious Ebony 2020. I am super excited as the guest speaker this evening is an amazing person, a man of his dreams. With his futuristic idea of robotics, he has been appointed as a mentor of change by the Government of India's Niti Aayog, Dr. Munish Jindal.
Thank you so much. That's indeed kind of you. Namaste to everyone and namaste to His Excellency Sultanate Oman. Thank you and a very warm good afternoon to all the respective principals, vice principals and the protocols observed. I'm indeed grateful and heartened to be here with all of you, the Indian School of Muscat. Wow, what a wonderful program you guys have organized, Ebony 2020, towards the betterment of the upcoming generations. It's indeed great. Thank you for such warmth and such wonderful introduction. It's Dr. Munish Jindal here. We are going to talk about career opportunities in robotics. Wow. Robotics, when we talk about robotics, when we talk about artificial intelligence, it really fascinates. It really fascinates me. Since my childhood, I have been too keen into technology. I'm a commerce graduate. I've done my MBA in finance, then I'm a chartered accountant, then I've done my PhD in artificial intelligence and robotics. See, that is how a career shift happens when you are passionate about something. When you're passionate about technology, from commerce, you all together start making robots. Oh, so you know what I do? I really want to showcase you. This is what I make. How many of you, I don't know how many of you have seen these hoverboards. This is what I make.
So we have seen that.
I'm very, excited to share that upcoming time is all about robotics. Way back in 1990, internet came in. At those times, there were push button phones and the dial-in phones. Half of the people were like, oh, I have a dial-in phone, I have a push button landline, so we don't need internet. That's how people felt at that time. So, but imagine today, we cannot survive without internet even for a second. We can survive without a meal for one time, but we cannot survive without internet. So same is true for robotics. Robotics is the future. When I'm talking about future, I'm not talking 5 years, 10 years. I'm talking about the immediate time. Today, I'm going to showcase you how robotics is already there in each and every sphere of our life, and how each one of you can build beautiful, wonderful careers in robotics. Whenever we start talking about robotics, the first question, that comes and pops us in our mind, that when robotics will start doing our work, humans would be replaced with the robotics. So we start thinking, oh, it is going to be humans against robotics or humans versus robotics. No, to be very honest, it is humans with robotics. You know what robotics they do? They are better able to do the things that is beyond the reach of humans. But we have to always remember, it's us humans who make these robots. So robots are made to work in hand with us. And in future, what is going to be happen that there are going to be more jobs, more opportunities. There are more 52 million opportunities that are waiting for us. Yes, you heard it right. I'm saying 52 million opportunities that are waiting for us in the future. The only thing is we have to be smarter. We have to update ourselves. And that is what I'm going to showcase you today, that how we can update ourselves, how we can make ourselves more smarter so that we work hand in hand with the robots and make life easier. Robotics is innovation, creation, production, experimentation, causing disruption. That is what robotics is all about. Robotics, technology, artificial intelligence, big data, Internet of Things. This all together forms one universe. And that is what is going to create so many opportunities for you. You have a wonderful future and a very beautiful world waiting for you outside there. And through, we're going to have a very interactive session, a very wonderful session ahead. And I really want to know how many of you are excited. Let's open the chat box. Let's keep it interactive. I really would love to keep you interacting with you. How many of you are excited to see this? I hope all of you had lunch and you are not sleeping.
So we are
Yeah,
not sleeping.
We are not sleeping.
Teacher.
So we are not
So
sleeping.
chat is disabled.
Not sleeping. We are not
Correct.
sleeping.
You
No,
guys
we
can
can't
write
chat
in
in
the
the
chat.
chat box because chat is disabled.
Yes, please write in the chat box. Thank you. So this is all about artificial intelligence and robotics, career opportunities in robotics. And see what I'm going to showcase you. Have a look at your screen, what's happening right now over there.
At the peak of the party, McFly is Marty. Back to the future, too fast to be tardy. My lady fly is Barbie, straight vixen. Never tripping on my addiction. Now we picking up steam, yeah. Got the lights on green, and we change gears for the scene. Cause SOH is the team, and I'm reaching top speed. Throwing hooks like I'm Creed. Never late to the party, better watch me cause I'm always on time.
Keep up with me, babe. Keep up with me, babe.
Yeah, I'm on.
So on your screen, you are seeing a human being flying. This is what we are working on right now these days. We are going to make each one of you fly. They said COVID, pandemic, maintain social distancing. So we thought, why not to make you fly in the air? Why not to make you travel? And it could be possible that once this pandemic is over, you guys are going to school like this. Indian School of Muscat, you guys are going to your schools like this, each one of you flying on a hoverboard. And we invite each one of you to work hand in hand with me on such various different projects. This is what the future, the immediate future you're seeing in robotics. And there are tons and tons and tons of career opportunities. You guys can think of making efficient batteries, how to make them fly, or even you can innovate your own things. That is the power in you, that you can innovate, you can create, you can disrupt. So this is the immediate future you are seeing. And then we are going to have a journey from robotics, AI robotics, from virtual to real life. How artificial intelligence and robotics is helping in personality development. You know, artificial intelligence and robotics, they can just identify your personality just by your eye movement. The way we move our eyes from a retina scan, they can let us know what kind of human beings we are. It can judge our personality. On the screen, you might be seeing robotics, a robot and a kid, they're doing the same action. You might be thinking that a kid is mimicking or copying the robot, but it's the other way around. The robot is mimicking the kid. Robot is exactly doing the way this kid is doing. So see, just by your gestures, you can make robots do the things. The way you want to move, the way you dance, or the way you do your gestures, the robots will work. And this is what we're doing, that we need hand-in-hand coordination of the kids as well as their parents. When we make our parents aware of, the robots, how they work, even they get excited. And when we inculcate them into our own study, into our field of career opportunities, it becomes a complete universe. So I urge all of you to discuss these things with your parents as well. Artificial intelligence and robotics can read our body reflexes, the way we move, the way we sit, the way we exercise. They can just from our body reflexes can let us know how our body is formed, what kind of ailments we are going to face in the future, how good our body is, or what areas in the body are weak. We all take selfies. We all love to take selfies. Imagine if tomorrow I say that just by clicking selfies, you have a wonderful career ahead waiting for you. Just by clicking a selfie, robots and AI algorithms can let us know our personality traits. Isn't it interesting that they are letting us know what kind of personality we hold? Just by clicking a selfie, each one of us, we like to click a selfie this way, this way, this way. So just by clicking selfies, the system can let us know what kind of human being we are, what kind of human being we will shape into, and what kind of things that we would be interested into, what our passions are. AI is changing the world. When we talk about artificial intelligence and robotics, it really fascinates us. It really intrigues us. So what exactly robotics and AI is? It is a form of intelligence. It is a form of technology that we need to study. Earlier, few years ago, artificial intelligence and robotics used to be limited to Hollywood movies. We used to see so much of technology, so much of robotics used in Hollywood movies. Even in my childhood, I always used to rush to our theater whenever a science fiction Hollywood movie get to released. But now, in the real world, robotics and AI is in everyday life, everywhere. So this, you're going to see the perspective of world leaders, what they think. They say when we talk about artificial intelligence and robotics, it is going to change the world. Here is Mr. Bill Gates. He says that whether it's Google, Facebook, Apple, Microsoft, IBM, Amazon, you talk about, each company is changing the global scenario through robotics and through artificial intelligence. And now the future lies in your hand. Yes, I'm talking to you, each one of you, you're listening to me, you're watching me. The future is in your hand. You are the harbinger of change. You hold that beautiful future whereby you can innovate, you can produce your own technologies, you can make your own robots and bring more beauty to this world and make this world a better place to live in. So what exactly robotics and artificial intelligence is? We have to solve the intelligence. Whenever we humans are naturally intelligent, but when we create something artificially, we are solving the intelligence. But what to do by solving the intelligence? Use it to solve everything else. We can use this intelligence to solve each and everything around. Any problem we are facing, anything new we need, we can do that. Here on your screen, you are going to see BMW car manufacturing unit, how cars are made. Earlier, cars were made by human beings. They used to go into the assembly line. They used to, take the body shell, install the engine, the seats, the transmission, the seat belts, and that is how the car was produced. But now, robots are making the entire car. Imagine, these engineers, they're clicking the pictures from different angles of the car. They're feeding it into the robotic system, whereby robots, they can recognize each car, what company car it is, what kind of model is it, and accordingly, they can make the entire car. So this body shells, they are going on to assembly line, whereby robots, they will install the engine, the entire transmission. You can see the engineer, he's putting the model number of the car on the body shell. And after that, the robots, they will recognize which model is it. And accordingly, now you can see they are moving on to assembly line, whereby the seats, the transmission, the seat belts, the steering wheel, each and everything would be done by robotics. So this is like robots are the smart machines. They are creating even smarter machines, and they can even maintain inventory line. They can even measure the thickness of the paint, which with the naked human eyes, we are not capable of doing. These robots, they can even measure the thickness of the paint, that whether it is as per the standards of BMW. And accordingly, if there are any deviations, they can communicate to each other. Imagine the robots can communicate to each other through their own neural networks and cybernetics. And then they can let each other know that what kind of deviations are there. They can even maintain the inventory count, how much inventory they have used, how much inventory is left in the system, how much more inventory do they need to order. Wow. So this is how the entire car is made by robotics. And imagine how much more career opportunities we have here, how much more you can do. You can create your own robots that can even make aeroplanes. So why are we talking about robotics today? It is the need of the hour. We need to build a platform where we can engage the educators, the students, the parents all together. And we should be thankful to your school, the Indian School of Muscat, and all the fraternity in Oman, that they are taking this initiative whereby they're bringing various mentors from across the globe and getting this education imparted to you, and they're developing this platform. We need to spread the awareness, because whenever we educate people, when we develop something, we shall make sure that it should be deployed successfully, ethically, and knowledgeably. When we talk about ethically, is that doing the right things when no one is watching. We have to understand, human intelligence. It's the human beings, us, who are making these robots. So we have to prioritize our own development. We have to, remain focused. We have to continually learn so that we shall be able to innovate. We shall be able to create new things. So we have to understand our human intelligence, and we have to prioritize our own development. And we have to tackle the education intelligence that that includes big data and artificial intelligence and the machine learning. And we shall be inculcating this at the grassroots levels, at the levels where you all are, so that you learn it at the early age and you'll be able to make it big. When we're talking about curriculum, there are so many things in robotics and AI, machine learning, whereby these robots, they learn from their own environment to deliver the better outcome. Natural language processing, whereby these robots, they understand our own language, they do the content extraction, they classify it into their own language, they do the machine translation, and they deliver the outcome desired from them. Machine vision, there are robots with the vision they can see, and image recognition, Facebook, they can recognize our photographs. And text to speech, speech to text, you all can try it at home. Or WhatsApp, if you don't want to type, or maybe you're traveling or you're doing something else and you have to send a text to your friend, you can just speak in WhatsApp and WhatsApp will start typing. So see, this is the best use case of robotics and artificial intelligence. Here I'm showcasing few of my students. I'm working hand in hand with them. These are the students of 5th grade, 7th grade and 8th grade. I mentor them and they are developing new projects, new technologies. They are innovating. Recently, they won a first prize in India. They have been honored at national level. Now they are going to Russia to participate in new projects. So see, these are the same students are like you, and they are innovating on everyday basis. This we are bringing artificial intelligence in agriculture as well. So when we talk about robotics and artificial intelligence, it has its own impact cycle. We have to identify the decision that what do we want from the robots. We have to master the data. We have to provide that what kind of data we should be providing them. We have to provide a meaning to the data so that robots should be doing what exactly we want them to do. And we have to assign actionable recommendation that yes, we want this particular robot to do this. The way robots in the BMW unit, they are capable of doing multiple things. BMW have assigned them that yes, you have to make the cars. And we have to communicate the insights. If there are any deviations, whatever we are getting the feedbacks, and we have to track the outcomes that whatever these robots are delivering us is exactly what we wanted. If there are any deviations, we have to note down and we have to repeat this cycle. So when we're talking about robotics and artificial intelligence, this is this complete cycle of it, that robotics are feeded with the artificial intelligence through the data, and we with the machine learning environment, and we have to train that data. There is a tons and tons and tons of data that has been collected. Even when you browse, you might have noticed that there are certain kind of cookies that we have to accept while browsing a website. But when this tons and tons and tons of data is collected, it's called big data. But then we have to train the data out of that big data. What kind of data is required by our particular machine or our particular system or our particular robot to give us the desired outcomes? And in all this, we have to keep a human in loop. Yes, as I already explained, that we have to prioritize our own development, and we have to develop things so human being always remain in picture towards the better and efficient working of these robots. We are not going anywhere. We are in the picture. So this, I'm going to showcase you a very interesting technology, HoloLens. This technology exists for real. You are seeing a wonderful woman on your screen. So imagine all of you are sitting on screen. Yes, I know there is no audio. I'm not sharing audio because I'm speaking side by side. So the thing is, I hope I'm audible to all of you. Yes, Philip Joni, thank you for letting me know it's a Microsoft HoloLens. Yes. So as all of you, you might be sitting in Oman, Muscat, at different places at your homes. It's pandemic. We cannot go anywhere. But imagine you might have to come down to India. You're feeling like, or you might want to attend this session of mine in person. Or maybe Rajiv Chauhan sir, he might have to go and attend a summit in Japan. We cannot go. But how about if I say, yes, that we can teleport you, we can project you in Japan or in India? Isn't that interesting? Yes. Through this HoloLens, a hologram, entire hologram of yours can be created that can be projected in any part of the world. And it could be possible that you guys must be speaking in Arabic, or you guys must be speaking English. How about Japanese? How about Spanish? You guys might not be knowing. But when we create your hologram, your clone, it is capable of speaking any language, way beyond intelligent than us. So it is like cloning us in a holographic way, and it can speak Japanese, Spanish, German, any language we want. It is way smarter than us, and it can be projected in any part of the world and in multiple places. So imagine you sitting at your home, same time you're sitting in Japan, same time you're sitting in Germany, same time you're sitting in US, same time you're sitting in UK, and you're speaking Spanish, you're speaking German, you're speaking Japanese. On her hand, you are seeing the hologram, her hologram on her hand, and now you're going to see this hologram transforming into real life-size clone of hers. That is mesmerizing. Wow. See this woman and another identical woman. This woman can only speak English. The identical clone is speaking Japanese. Wow. Your own clone. Imagine. That is what robotics and artificial intelligence can do. Just by wearing these glasses, you can be projected in any part of the world. Multiple places. You can be in 100 different countries at the same time, speaking 100 different languages, doing 100 different things. That is what robotics is. And that is what the opportunities are. That is what where your career is. That is what where your future is. So this is called future decoded. That is where you are going to be in future. Just by sitting at home, next time it could be possible that you are sitting in Oman, I'm sitting in India, but we are sitting with each other at the same time. Wow. So this is the entire universe of artificial intelligence. You might have read that Industrial Revolution 1 happened when the steam engine came and mechanized production started. Then electricity came and mass production started happening with Industrial Revolution 2. Then the information technology came in, Industrial Revolution 3 started with the automated production. And we are now in Industrial Revolution 4, whereby everything is getting automated through robotics. Too much of data exchange is happening. So this artificial intelligence and robotics, they have their own. You know, robots, they have their brain as well. Like us human beings, we have our brain. We can think, we can, identify things. Same way robots, they can mimic our own brain. They can think like us. Imagine if I show you number 7, you will recognize it as number 7, right? I could be writing it differently, maybe in different fonts. But then how about a robot? How would a robot identify number 7 as a number 7? It has its own neural network that you can see here, that here is the neural network that can identify, that has different layers of data. It will always identify number 7 as number 7, even if despite we write it different ways. Then this neural network is equipped to a robot. This robot keeps on learning from its own environment, fed with the data. And deep learning, this is very interesting. When we are making a specialized robot into something and it goes into deep learning, fed with data, big data, and it becomes master of its own sphere. And why we're talking all this? To solve some problem. You guys might be facing a problem every day around you. And certain times we crib, why doesn't someone provide a solution to it? You know, that problem, each one of you is a billion-dollar idea, a trillion-dollar career opportunity. You guys can think of solving that problem and be the next unicorn, be next Datacon. So whenever we're talking about these robots, technologies, artificial intelligence, it is all more about solving the problems around us, making our lives much better. Cybernetics is something, the way we human beings communicate, these machines can communicate. They have their own cybernetic system whereby these machines, they communicate, they share the feedbacks, they share the insights, and all together makes the entire universe of artificial intelligence. So here you can see a robot has a brain as well, a robot can learn as well, robotics can solve the problem as well, and they can communicate with each other. So they are all together like us to make our lives easier and much better. So there are so many places where these robotics and AI is used, but I'm quickly going to share the most frequent case uses. Image analysis. I might click your picture now, and then if I be sharing at a Facebook, you will get a notification. Hey, Dr. Jindal has shared your picture on the Facebook. How does Facebook knows that I have shared your picture? So this is image analysis. You know, on behind, if you have ever uploaded your picture anywhere on your internet, Facebook has a track of it. Facebook has an algorithm assigned to it. So whenever a picture is uploaded, Facebook runs its own algorithm and it recognizes that it's your picture. Isn't it interesting that image analysis can recognize you? So this is a wonderful example of how your pictures are being uploaded on Facebook and how they can, and image analysis is everywhere, not only on Facebook. Aditya Anil is asking, sir, what exactly is an algorithm? Okay, Aditya. Aditya, algorithm is when we program a language. The way I'm talking in English right now, you are able to understand me what I'm saying, right? But how about a computer? How computers, they understand with each other. So they have their own language, binary system, whereby algorithm is a coding whereby they communicate with each other, they understand each other. So imagine your image, converted it into an algorithm, a computer language, a coding, a code that has captured your image in a code. So whenever your image is uploaded, there are thousands, billions and billions of code running in the background. And when that code matches with the code of your picture, it recognizes that it's you. And then there is a virtual assistant. I'm sitting right now talking to you. You can log on to my website, www.hoverrobotics.com, and you can chat with me over there. We have a TDO, a virtual assistant. And you might be wondering, Dr. Jindal is sitting here delivering this session. How can he talk to us? So it is like a virtual robot on our website that would talk to you on my behalf. So it is making me available at multiple places. Predictive analysis, this is very interesting. That even before you make your decision, a machine can take a decision on your behalf. Imagine you sitting on a website, maybe Amazon, you browsing, you want to buy something. You might want to buy a shop today. You want to do a shopping. You might want to buy a shirt for yourself. A shirt comes in red color, you closed it. Shirt come in yellow color, white color, you closed it. A shirt showed up in a blue color, you're spending a little more time on it. Then a shirt showed up in maybe say 50 USD. You close that shirt. A shirt showed up in 500 USD. You didn't spend much time on it. Then shirts started showing up in the range of $70 to $100. And you're spending more time on it. So even before you make a decision, now machine knows that you would be buying something in the range of $70 to $100 and in blue color. So imagine, machines know even before you do it. When we browse, you know, websites, they ask that there is a cookie. We have to accept the cookie for a better experience. Trust, this cookie is something that is tracking our movement, our keystrokes, our eye movements, the kind of time we spend, the kind of behavior we have on internet. So you might have noticed if you browse a product and then later on you go to another site, that site, so that websites also start showing that product to you online because you browse it there. So that is the cookie that is tracking you, and it can predict what you're going to do next on the internet. So then there is machine learning. When machines, they learn from their own environment, when they're fed with the data, like we learn from the textbooks, we learn from internet, we learn by talking to each other, we learn from each other. Same way machines, when they're fed with the data, they learn from the data. Natural language processing. Alexa. Most of you might have come across Alexa. When we talk to Alexa, we talk like as if we are talking to our friends. Hi, Alexa, how are you? Alexa, how's the weather? Alexa, can you read out the news? Alexa, can you play the music? You're just talking like a friend. Yes, Siri. Yes, Aditya. Right, Siri. So Alexa is what? It's just a speaker. It's a normal speaker that is in any kind of radio or in a stereo system. So we are talking to Alexa or Google Home, to Siri. They are just the speakers. Ordinary speakers, but how come we're talking to them? It is again the robotics, the inbuilt artificial intelligence in them that is making us talk to them. And when we talk, they extract our natural language, translate it into their own algorithms and deliver the outcomes that we want. Then the self-driving technologies. I'm going to showcase you the self-driving technology. Here are these self-driving technologies. These cars, they are capable of driving themselves. I was in Hong Kong. I got a chance to sit in one of them. I was standing on the roadside, the car came in, the rear door got popped open. I sat in the rear seat. You know, the car picked up the location where I wanted to go from my mobile phone through Bluetooth, and it chose the optimal route and dropped me there. Yes, Zion, it's like Tesla. So you can see people are sitting in the rear seat, no one is in the driver's seat, and car is driving by itself. And it knows where is the next red light camera from the Google Maps. It knows what is the optimal route, as in if there is any other route where construction is going on, there is too much traffic, it will use the better route. It knows how many cars are around. It knows if a pedestrian is moving. So these cars are way more smarter. They know the speed limits. They know when they have to stop. So imagine in future you would be riding in such cars. You can make them more efficient. You can make flying cars. Nihal is asking, what if there is an accident? Nihal, these cars are way smarter. They're equipped with so many sensors, so many infrared technologies that they know when to speed up, what speed they have to go, and how to stop. Yes, they are equipped with all kind of cameras and sensors. They are even smarter than the driving skills of a human being. So the future is this. Aditya is asking, is it going to be on a set speed? Aditya, it knows the speed limits that at which area they have to drive at what particular. If they're going through the school zone, they know the speed limit of the school zone. If they're on the freeway, they know the speed limits of freeway. So accordingly, they adjust themselves. That is what the robotics is. The neural engine in them is so smart that they know everything and they move accordingly. Yes, you can sit in the driver's seat. Yes, Joel, you can sit in the driver's seat but the car will move itself, and you can even drive by yourself as well. These cars, if you want, there is an override that you can drive them by yourself as well. So when we're talking about this robotics, they are everywhere. Everywhere is in each and every sphere of your life. They are in, they are in medicine, they are in sports, they are in supply chain. These days, when you order something, and then when it gets delivered to you, you can see your parcel exactly where it is. It is again another example of artificial intelligence and robotics that is letting you know where your parcel exactly is. Human resource. In future, if any one of you're going for a job, you go for an interview. Earlier interviews used to happen face to face and they used to ask you questions. But now you know what is happening? They're putting you in an artificial intelligence environment whereby they give you case studies to solve, and they can judge which department of the organization you would be better fit in, and whether you're going to be an asset or a liability to a company, what work you would be more passionate to do. So see, the companies can judge. Fraud detection. The bankings, the financial institutions, they are using robotics and artificial intelligence to detect future frauds that could happen in the system. Knowledge creation. Universities, schools, they are using robotics and artificial intelligence to create more of knowledge. Like your school itself, it is inviting us to create this virtual platform to make knowledge happen for you. Research and development, predictive analysis, I already explained you, real-time operations management, customer service, I already told you. You can go down to my website and you can talk to a virtual robotic system of mine and you will feel like you're talking to me. This I'm going to showcase your MindSphere. It is being designed by Siemens. We go down to large industrial units, aerospace, aeroplanes are made, rails, trains, large industrial units, they manufacture. Imagine we deploy a robotic system over there that can let us know the entire manufacturing unit, what exactly is happening, that can even do the quality control, quantity control. And yes, it can be even deployed in existing units. Siemens have developed small, tiny sensors, big sensors, and the software that can be deployed into existing manufacturing unit, and that can monitor the entire supply chain, entire manufacturing line. And here are the opportunities for you. You can create your own systems. You can create your own manufacturing lines, your assembly lines, entirely robotics. You create robots that can make much better machines for you. Much bigger things they can make happen for you. That is all in your hands. How you want to do it. So this is Industrial Revolution 4 when we are talking about, guys, that Industrial Revolution 4 is all about Internet of Things, cloud computing, cloud servers, big data, robotics, artificial intelligence, and cybersecurity, whereby we would be working in all artificial environment on clouds, and we have to keep us safe. As I really want you to work on your security as well, that when you upload your pictures, when you upload your information about yourself, make sure you are safe. And make sure you don't upload all your personal data online so that there shouldn't be any identity theft. There shouldn't be any fraud happening to you. There shouldn't be any scam happening to you. So this Industrial Revolution 4, whereby this is your generation, this is where you are living today. Artificial intelligence is in sports as well. Imagine you want to play a sport, particular sport, maybe badminton, maybe golf, and you don't know how to play it. And I say that, okay, a camera in your phone, you keep it aside in a court, in your maybe basketball court or badminton court, or on the turf of a golf course, and it can see how you're twisting your wrist, how high you're jumping, how strong your body is, what are your weaknesses, how strong your opponent is. It is monitoring each and every movement of yours, and accordingly, it will let you know that next time when you play, you should be jumping this little high, or you need to exercise, you need to develop your body, or you need to twist your wrist at a certain angle, and you will score the goal. You will be better able to serve your opponent. So artificial intelligence can make you a better player as well. On your screen right now, what you're seeing, these are the ordinary tablets and the capsules that we take in day-to-day life when we fall sick, right? How many of you are scared of injections? How many of you got vaccinated and you're scared of injections? Imagine if I say that in future you will never have to take an injection, or you will never fall sick. You know why? Imagine this is a robotic pill that will go inside your body. These are the sugar needles that will go in your skin and deliver the right amount of medicine to you. Sugar needles, they get dissolved in your skin, and this robotic pill will come out of your body. So imagine senior citizens, when they fall sick, they have to take everyday medicines regarding high BP, or maybe diabetes, or even if we fall sick, maybe we have a fever or a sore throat, we go to doctor, they write us antibiotics 7 days a week, 3 times a day. After every meal, we have to remember that we have to take a medicine. Imagine if I say this robotic pill will go inside your body, will remain for a day, for a week, for a month, or for a year, as long as it can be programmed, and it will keep delivering us desired amount of medicine at desired time. So imagine in future, we will never fall sick. It is like now when we fall sick, we have curative measures. We fall sick, we go to doctor, we take a medicine. And in future, you will have preventive measures. You will not fall sick in advance. The systems will be designated so nicely that they will let you know what kind of ailment you can face in the future. And this robotic pill that will deliver you the desired amount of medicine. Wow, now you're seeing Autobots, hoverboards on your screen. This is my favorite thing. This is what we do. You know, this is what we make. These are the hoverboards, mobility robots, Autobots. You stand on them, they move with your body reflexes. You can go from one place to another, wherever you want to go. It moves with you. And it is electrically chargeable. You don't need any kind of fuel, no petrol, diesel, and you don't cause any pollution. So this why we are doing this, to give you a sustainable future, sustainable environment. I am working deeply, greatly into giving a wonderful environment to the upcoming generations, whereby there is no pollution, a better green earth to all of you. So this is the solution to the future, whereby you can travel on them, stand on them, move with your body reflexes, go places. And the best part is when we go somewhere, and it can do much more things. It can be even maneuvered through mobile phone. If you're sitting somewhere, you don't have to go and pick it up. You just swipe a finger on your mobile phone, it will come to you. That is the beauty of hoverboards and Autobots. This is the Kiva system that is being deployed in Amazon warehouse. There are 20,000 Kivas in Amazon warehouse. And you know what they do? They work for them. This is the best example of humans working with robots, not humans against robots, not humans versus robots, humans with robots. You can see these humans, so they are so happy. You know why? There are millions and millions and millions of items in Amazon warehouse. Each Kiva is capable of lifting 320 kg weight. You guys might be capable of lifting 10 kg, 20 kg, 50 kg, or 60 kg. Each Kiva can pick up 320 kg. So these humans, they keep sitting in their chairs, they push a button, Kiva, they lift up the entire aisle, they bring it to them. Kiva can remember 10 million items. So when we take out an item, they remember what we have picked, how much we have picked, and what kind of inventory is left. Each Kiva, they know the movement of other Kivas. They are equipped with computer vision. They don't bang into each other. So all these human beings, they are happy, they're smiling, they're sitting in their chairs, and the Kivas, they work for them. So this is what I was talking when I started in the beginning, that robotics are going to make our life easier. They are going to make our life much better, and humans working hand in hand with the robotics, life would be more beautiful, much more jobs would be created, much more opportunities would happen. The only thing is that we have to be more smarter. We have to be updated. Now these human beings, all they need to know is how to operate a kiva. And you can make much more smarter robots to make our future better. Here, artificial intelligence and robotics is happening in agriculture as well. As of now, we are 8 billion people on Earth. Soon we are going to be 10 billion people. So there is going to be 25% increase in population, but we need 60% more food. Food is already scarce. So we need another 60% more food to serve the population. So that can only be possible when we bring artificial intelligence and robotics. Imagine these robots, they measuring the moisture in the soil. They, taking the notes on the weather, what kind of weather is there, how much rain is going to happen, what kind of nutrients are in the soil. And even before sowing a crop, they will let us know that what kind of crop we shall sow and what kind of yield we will have. So we won't need pesticides, we won't need fertilizers in the future. Organic food, better quality of food, more food getting delivered to us. That is the power of robotics. See on your screen now, I want to let you know, you have to let me know what you're seeing on the screen. What is happening? This is a tomato harvester. Each one of you can type in the chat that what this tomato harvester is doing. I'm waiting for your answers. I really want you to see what is exactly happening on the screen. This tomato harvester is, one of the most smartest robot. Let me know what, yes, it is harvesting, but what exactly it is doing. Yes, it is picking up the tomato. Yes, it is plucking or picking up the ripened tomatoes. On your screens, you can see, 4 color tomatoes, green, orange, yellow, and red. But this tomato harvester is equipped with computer vision. It is only picking up red tomatoes. The rest of the tomatoes, it is letting them grow. If a human being would have been harvesting, they harvest the entire bunch. So they even harvest the green, yellow, orange, or red tomatoes. But this tomato harvest is so smart that it is only picking up the ripened tomatoes. This is a robot made by Boston Dynamics. This video is a month old, shot in one of the most busiest gardens in Singapore. During the pandemic, social distancing is deployed. So this robot is asking people to follow social distancing. And this robot has a power of a cop. It is again equipped with computer vision and image recognition. It can recognize you, who you are. And if you're not following the social distancing, it will issue your ticket on the spot. Imagine a robot dog with the power of a cop, image recognition, computer vision, recognizing you and asking you to follow, social distancing. And now, why a robot dog? Why a robot? Because this robot can charge itself through solar power. It doesn't need break. It doesn't need food. It can work 24/7 without stopping. So it is doing our work much better than us, and it cannot fall sick. The best advantage, it cannot fall sick. So till now, we've been talking about robots or humans, that we are humans, they are robots. How about we making a mix of both of them? Humanoid, Sophia. Sophia looks like us, talks like us, walks like us, even smiles like us. It even mimics our emotions, but it is a robot. That is why it's called humanoid. You can ask anything in the world to, and it has an answer to that. The best, most smartest robot ever exists on human planet. That is why it's called humanoid. It is like us. I got a chance to meet her in this year in February. Sophia is exactly like us, talks like us, walks like us, but it is a robot. So see how interesting this sphere of robotics gearing towards to the future. That is towards our human race gearing towards future. And this is why I showcase you this presentation today, is that this is the career opportunities. There is a very future that is in robotics. And it's all up to you now, how you want to grab the future. You can innovate. Each one of you have the power to innovate, to create, to produce, to experiment. I want each one of you to think big as you can. Think unimaginable. Imagine me I was a student few years ago, and I was a commerce student, but I was always fascinated towards technology. I started manufacturing hoverboards. I'm the one who launched hoverboards in India. We are number one in India, and we are among top 5 in the world. Imagine what all I can do. I can make robots, I can make hoverboards, I can make Autobots. If I can do it, you can. Isn't it interesting? So I really want all of you to think big as you can. Think unimaginable, think impossible. Cause only if you think big, then only you can do it. Here on this note, I have done my session, and I urge each one of you to join me. If you think I can do something for you, I'm available 24x7. Here are my numbers on screen. You can take my note of my number, my email, my websites. If ever I can do anything for you, my unconditional support is with each one of you. I'm available 24x7. If you want to work on any project with me, I'm available. If you need any kind of mentoring, any kind of advice, I'm there for you. And right now, I'm opening this session towards question answers. Let's make it more interactive. If you have any kind of curiosities, come to me. Let's discuss right now. I'm opening this session for question answers. You can note down my email, my website, my numbers, and you are most welcome to ask me anything. So let me. Yes, dear.
Before the question answer session, we would like to show a small video that we have on your achievements.
Surely, please.
And then we proceed with the question answer session.
Done, dear.
Okay, sir.
We have amidst us a visionary entrepreneur. His strategic vision and ability to foresee the futuristic trends brought the existence of HoverRobotix. Ladies and gentlemen, Indian School Musket proudly welcomes our guest speaker for this evening, Dr. Munish Jindal, who is the founder and CEO of HoverRobotix. He is the man whose life revolves around working hard for his own ventures and helping others, as his philosophy is, we rise by uplifting others. Dr. Munish is determined to leave a legacy, being the true global change maker. His life is fully loaded with achievements and world-class experiences.
Yes, guys. Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's a really a wonderful AV that you played. Thank you. Kudos to you. Wow.
Thank you, Jack Himji of class 12K for that brilliant video, and Caleb B.J. Matthew of 11D for that voiceover.
Wow, I'm really thankful to all of you. See, this is what a wonderful innovative approach to make something new. And I'm glad that these young students, they know how to make these wonderful videos and giving the voiceovers, giving me the feel of a Hollywood. Thank you, guys. Kudos to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now move on to the question and answer time. We have a few minutes to go, and our guest speaker will be all the more happy to answer your queries. Please type your questions in the chat box.
So there are so many queries coming in. Let me take quickly all one by one. Austin is asking for, please say, courses available in robotics. And yes, Austin, there are so many courses available, even with us. And I believe with Mr. Chauhan sir as well as your school, and you can Google it or you can reach out to me. I hope you would have noted down my number. You can connect with me on the WhatsApp. You're most welcome. Then Siddiq Petiwala is asking, sir, if I want to pursue my career in robotics, which course should I take in +1, +2? Siddiq, it's up to you, boss. Whatever you want to study. See, I studied commerce in my +1 and +2. But see, today I'm making robots. So in +1, +2, it would be better off if you study science and then pursue your career. Maybe during undergrads, you choose your robotics stream. Then Vedic Chandra is asking, how long does it take to complete the robotics course? Vedic, there is no time span that we can put on learning. There are short courses for say a month, 3 months. There are courses for 2 years as well. It's all up to you. Like I've done PhD in artificial intelligence and robotics. It's a 5 years. It took me 5 years to do my PhD. So it's all up to you whether you want to learn quickly, what exactly you want to learn. Learning never stops. Then Asaf Samuel is asking, what are the security features used for the software to be safe and not be corrupted in self-driven cars? Asaf, see, these software that are used in the self-driven cars, they are encrypted. They are encrypted by particular companies. If it's a Tesla car, it is encrypted by Tesla. Only Tesla can decrypt it. No one else can. So, right. Yes, there are hackers. We know they can hack. So that is why when I started my session, I said that when we deploy a technology, we have to do it knowledgeably, successfully, and ethically. Ethical is the most important part. When we make a bomb or a nuclear weapon, we know that we have made it for our safety and we never want to use it. So same way, when we have a power of a robotics or artificial or software, it's in our hands that we should never hack it. So these self-driven cars, they are very much safe. They are they are encrypted, and only a particular company can encrypt it. Like for an example, when we are talking about an Apple iPhone, even Apple says they cannot unlock the Apple iPhone. iPhone can only be unlocked either with your thumb of the user or with the face, even Apple. So same way, these software is very much safe. So Muhammad is asking, sir, how does Sophia help us? See, so Muhammad, Sophia is another humanoid. Sophia can do things like us, like humans, but Sophia's capabilities are way more advanced. Imagine if there is a fire, like we have to save a life. Sophia can go in. A human being cannot go in the fire. Naveen is asking how and where to learn AI coding. Oh, Naveen, there's so many options. You can Google it out and you can learn it, or you can reach out to us. Ronak Das is, could you explain neural networks? Yes, Ronak, neural network is like you have a brain, Ronak, that can think, that can perceive, that can make things happen. Same way, these robots, they have their own neural brains that can learn, that can recognize, that can deliver the outcomes. A neural network is when these brains of different robots, they are interlinked to each other and they communicate with each other. Satvik, sir, are there colleges or universities in India that offer courses or degrees in? Yes, there are so many universities and colleges that offer courses and degrees in robotics and AI. Satvik, even we do it at Mentrix School of Learning, or you can Google it out. Siddhak Petiwala is again same question, and then Nawaf is asking, sir, does it cost for your help? No, Nawaf, I'm not charging anything to the students for my help. My help is totally free of cost, and my help is available 24/7. Muskan Dusani is asking, what was the cutoff percentage last year? What is the scope for jobs in the future? Muskan, I don't know what cutoff you are asking here. Please elaborate it. And scope for jobs. Oh, I already told you that there are 52 million jobs, more opportunities waiting just in the sphere of robotics. So there is a huge opportunities and huge potential lying in robotics. Shamiz, then Mitash is asking, at the age of 13 or 14, how can we learn about robotics or AI? I'm interested in, but I don't have the resource or knowledge available for. Yes, Mitash, you are 13 or 14. I'm already teaching kids of the age of 6 or 7. I'm mentoring them, I'm teaching them robotics, and they are making projects at home. There is a girl in India, she is just 6, and she has made so many projects in robotics. Through the help of magnets, she has created a magnetic car, and so many things are happening. You can self-learn it from, say, online, from Google, by watching YouTube videos. You can reach out to me, and you can reach out to your school faculty. I'm sure they would more than willing to help you. Then Someone is asking that self-driving cars also no, self-driving cars are not my project. We are making hoverboards, Autobots, and flying hoverboard. And yes, we are making hoverboards self-learning, that they learn from user experience so that they be able to deliver better outcomes. Ayush is asking, sir, is robotics a kind of engineering? And if so, what kind of engineering should we do to pursue a career in robotics? Yes, Ayush, robotics is the engineering domain. In engineering, you can learn anything, that how to make a robot. You need to know the mechanics, mechanical engineering. How to equip with electronics. You need to know electronics engineering. Then if you want to make a specialized robot, then you need to learn robotics, artificial intelligence, and big data. Omar Petiwala is asking the same question again. And yes, Omar, you can do robotics course along with engineering. Yes, you can do multiple courses. There is no issue. Adarsh, how do we make robots without Adarsh? Robotics is not expensive. Please, I really want to let each and every student know that it's not expensive. It is up to you. You can even make tiny little home experiments, just maybe with $2, just by spending $2 or maybe $1. Buy a tiny little motors with the batteries, make your own small robotic projects, and from there on you can expand. So I think I have covered almost maximum questions today. And if you have any more questions, you can reach out to me on my WhatsApp or on my email, because my time is running out. On that note, I bid all of you farewell, but I really, really want to urge each student here, each student, please, who's listening to me, think big as you can. The more big you will think, and think impossible. Why I'm saying impossible? Because impossible, when you write it with a space, I space am space possible, it becomes I am possible. So with a little bit of your effort, you can make anything possible. We reached to moon, we have reached Mars. You are capable of doing anything. So a student, don't think you're 13, don't think you're 10. Believe me, you hold unlimited power in yourself. Think as big as you can and then work towards it. When I was born, or when I was 13 or 14, there was no Google, there was no internet, there were no mentors. Now imagine, you have Google, you have internet, you have such wonderful Dr. Rajiv Chauhan with you, who is willing to help. You have your Indian School of Muscat, your faculty, you have mentors, and they are bringing mentors from around the world to help you. So please think as big as you can, make your dreams come true, solve problems around you. Thank you so much. And if I could be of any help, I'm with you. And from my heart, with my folded hands, I'm really thankful to Dr. Rajiv Chauhan to make me part of this wonderful program, to bring me across these wonderful students from Oman, and especially these students of Indian School of Muscat. I'm really, really, really thankful to you, Dr. Rajiv Chauhan. Heartfelt gratitude to you. So to make things possible for these wonderful kids. I live with the philosophy to make others' eyes, and that is what Dr. Rajiv Chauhan is doing. Thank you so much. Namaste to everyone.
Thank you so much, sir, for your brilliant answers.
Thank
That
you so
brings
much.
us to the end of Dr. Jindal's talk. Thank you very much, sir. Your words and experiences have indeed ignited our minds. Yes,
Thank
dream
you.
as big as you can and never limit yourself. Aim
Yes.
high.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, a gentle reminder to all present. You're requested to fill in the feedback form which has been posted in the chat box. Dear audience, that brings us to the close of this evening session, and it is only appropriate to close with a word of thanks. Gratitude is a mother of all virtues. Honorable guest speaker, Dr. Munish Jindal, respected Chairman, Board of Directors, Dr. Baby Sam Samuel, and honorable members on the board, Mr. Ajay Kumar J. Pillai, President, Indian School Muscat Management Committee, esteemed members of the Indian School Muscat Management Committee, our honorable principal, Dr. Rajiv Kumar Chauhan, presidents and esteemed members of Indian School Management Committees in the Sultanate of Oman, honorable principals, vice principals, assistant vice principals, supervisors, coordinators, heads of departments, teachers, parents, and students, our valued guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to propose the vote of thanks. Indian School Muscat, under the aegis of the Board of Directors, Indian Schools in the Sultanate of Oman, and the entire supporting team, together extend our heartfelt gratitude to His Majesty Sultan Haider bin Tariq for his benevolence towards the Indian community here in Oman. I would like to extend a sincere thanks to our guest speaker this evening, Dr. Munish Jindal, for giving us such an interesting and knowledgeable talk. I'm sure our guests, parents, and students have definitely benefited from this session. We are thankful to you, sir, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to address us. Thank you once again, sir. Our appreciation and thanks go to Dr. B.V. Sam Samuel, Chairman, Board of Directors, Indian Schools in the Sultanate of Oman, for his enormous support in the organization of this event. I cannot thank enough our principal, Dr. Rajiv Kumar Chauhan, for his unstinting support. Thank you, sir, for being such an impactful leader. We also express our heartfelt thanks to the esteemed members of the School Management Committee, Indian Schools in the Sultanate of Oman, principals, vice principals, assistant vice principals, heads of departments, teachers, parents, and students for your participation and involvement in today's event. An event like this cannot happen overnight. It requires planning and a bird's eye for details. I would like to express our gratitude to the diligent volunteers who have been a great help every step of the way. Our gratitude goes out in no small measure to the event managers and technical team for their unstinting support at all times, without which this event would not have been as successful. I thank one and all. Have a wonderful evening and stay safe.